Hey, what's up guys? How you doing? It's me, Lasty here. Welcome today to a brand new episode of the FC25 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. It's me, Green Screen Lasty, for an entire episode today. Hope you're all doing well. If you enjoyed today's video, please do me a tiny little favor. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe as well if you're new. All of that good stuff. All my social links are down below. You know the drill. So welcome to episode number 14. Happy Tuesday, everyone. If you missed yesterday's episode, it's a fairly big one because we managed to pack this guy, Frank Rijkaard. Got myself my first icon on the road to glory this year. Was very surprised, but he is a fantastic one to get. And we're going to start today's episode off with squad battles rewards. So I actually got gold 2 once again this week, but finally the graphic actually showed up for me. So that's 7,000 coins, a 75 times 5, and a mega pack. And we actually get a walkout from the 75 times 5. That to me looks like 89 rated Hagerberg. That is a great pull, considering squad battles rewards are tradable. Oh, Declan Rice as well was in that pack. Yeah, great pull, or great pulls, should I say. A nice double walkout, tradable, and it's not the only thing of value in this pack, because we also got Martinelli in there, who is worth around 8,500 coins. It's a really profitable pack for just getting gold 2 on squad battles for literally playing on semi-pro for 12 games all week. So I'm not going to lie, super happy with that. That's like 50,000 coins or something. Very nice indeed. And then the mega pack, can we get anything from that? No walkout this time. All right, well, if in all honesty, if I'd have got nothing in the first pack but then got those triple or the double walkout and the expensive player in the mega pack, I would have been like super buzzing with my squad battles reward. So I am still super buzzing. 83 rated Pellegrini is what we got from this one. Anything else in the pack that could be worth a little bit, though? Not necessarily seeing it. I guess maybe Pep Guardiola is worth a bit. And an Anchor chemistry style is decent. And then I had to... I'm very glad I did. I'm glad I checked the price of this Napoli kit and also the Roma kit, because the Napoli kit is going for like 3,500 to 4,000 coins. So, well, I could have probably even got a little bit more than I did. But I listed for 3.5k buy it now. And it did get snapped up. So... super happy to get 3,500 coins for a kit that, you know, I've just got the Ipswich kit, so I'm fine using those. If anyone else wants the Napoli kit, they can absolutely have it. I think the Roma kit sold for 1,000 coins as well, something like that. So I'll do a little check up in the transfer list in just a second. There we go, 3.5k. And now it's time to list up the tradable Hagerberg, Rice, and Martinelli. See if we can make some coins from those. So I was at about, what, 60k? So there we go. It must have been about 40k's worth of players in that pack, which, to be fair, in a tradable gold 2 reward pack, it's very good. I'm going to make over 50k with the sale of the Napoli kit, with the 7,000 coins that we got for actually getting gold 2 and other stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean... I think I might actually try in squad battles this week to get a more respectable score, so like gold 1 or elite 3 or something like that. See if it's worth it. I'll take a little look at the thresholds and see what it will take, and I'll have a little go at it. But I'm going to play a little bit of Rush for now. Time to test out my my Frank Rijkaard for once. So there was that centre back playlist, and Frank Rijkaard was fitting into that perfectly. I was letting all my mates do all of the stuff where they chose the right players so that we can get all the multipliers and whatnot. I was playing with, who was I playing with in this one? I think there was just 2 of us in this one. It was GCII Messi, my mate who runs Pixel Print Design, and then we have Kyle Riley from EA, actually. He's my mate, and we were playing. It was a lot of fun. And, well, yeah, we had a random guy. No, it wasn't Kyle Riley. It was Hecker, weren't it? It was Footwiz Wadmin. It was actually Footwiz Wadmin that I was playing with. So Ross and Kieran were the guys that I was playing with. And then our random is Durkus78, which... yeah, he took it upon himself to be more of a striker, so that led me to having to sort of sit back a little bit more, because otherwise you're going to end up just conceding loads. And I tell you what, Emre Can in that defender mode is a little bit broken, because he's got high shooting stat and he can play centre-back, but he's, of course, known more as a DM, so that's kind of useful. There's a few players like that, actually, that are very good in this mode. And I have to say, this is kind of carnage. Just using centre-backs all over the place, it really levels the playing field. And the goals, for the first minute or so, weren't going in. And then everything started flying in the back of the net. And as you can see here, that was horrific from the Footwiz Wadmin in that situation. Ends up putting us to 5-all, sending us to golden goal in my very first game of Rush of this little session. And actually, no one scored in golden goal. It was all a little bit, you know, a little bit tetchy. So we've ended up going to a penalty shootout. Now, it's sort of like the old MLS style penalties where you can run at the goalie and take your shot. And my opponents missed their first one. Emre Can, though, he's not going to miss, is he? So next up for my opponent is Nathan Ake, who was actually really good when they were playing, but he got the penalty saved by my goalkeeper, and now it's my turn. And I thought, oh, I'm going to do a little shimmy and then just slot it home. I only went and missed, didn't I? So that doesn't bode well. It really doesn't bode well. And then Virgil van Dijk, Footwiz Wadmin, steps up and does the exact same thing as me and misses again. Now we are literally level. And Joe Gomez with like 27 shooting ends up scoring from way out there. And I was like, okay, I don't know if we're going to win this one. And then Otamendi misses as well. We end up losing the shootout. I think after being about like 5-2 up or something like that in game. Poor from us. Absolutely poor from us. But we played a little bit more for a little while longer. And I end up getting like halfway through my weekly rewards, which is nice. For some reason, that Defender playlist was giving out loads of points if you were playing with your mates. So I was getting like 8,000 to 10,000 rush points every single game, which is lovely for getting those weekly points in a short amount of time. So as you can see, we've also reached over level 10. We got some rewards from playing Rush and a reward for reaching level 10. We get ourselves a Brazilian centre mid from the Prem. Probably going to be from Newcastle, right? Yeah, I mean, of course it is. I already know exactly who's in this pack. Well, it's a toss-up between Joelinton, Bruno Guimaraes, and this time it was Joelinton. I think I've actually got both in the club, so no matter what, it was going to be a duplicate untradeable, but it would have been nice to get Bruno G, just because he's a higher-rated duplicate untradeable, isn't he? Frankowski in the next pack, and then a 78 times 5. No walkout or anything there. Just going to be a Jamaican right mid from the Prem. That's going to be from Villa. It's going to be Leon Bailey. Actually managed to keep him quiet, didn't we, at the Ipswich match the other day? So that was good. But he is, of course, a pretty good starter player on this game with the 90 pace and 86 dribbling. I think I used him early on, didn't I? Didn't really get along with him. But I think I probably would now. Now that I know the game a little bit better, I think I'd probably get along with that card. It's a pretty decent one. So with my duplicate untradables and with some of the stuff that isn't duplicate untradable in my club, I got all 3 of the daily 77 times 2 packs done. I know they're a lot more costly than the normal gold upgrades, but at the end of the day, I'm just trying to have fun, trying to get something good in my packs. I also did those prime bronze and prime silver packs. You might as well do them because they're literally for tradable players. And it's more players than what you put in, and more rares than what you put in as well. So yeah, definitely do these. You never know what you're going to get in terms of like half decent tradable like silver and bronze cards. Some of the Evos have pushed some of the silver cards especially up to a decent price. So make sure you're checking on that stuff. You could have hidden coins on your account that you're just not earning because you haven't listed the right players and stuff, you know. So make sure you're listing up players that are worthwhile and make those coins for yourselves. Next up, we get Orban in whatever pack this was. Oh, this was a 77 double, wasn't it? Orban and Otamendi, not ideal. The one after that, no walkout again. Tunnel, of course. I don't know her name. I'll be honest, I can't remember this. This Italian Juventus women's centre-back's name is Salve. I didn't know that. Decent defending and physical, though, and actually not bad pace. If she was a bit taller, she'd probably be a lot more usable. And then a female non-walkout. Who's this going to be? A Norwegian from Barca Women. I know Barca because I've already seen this pack. It's Engen, who I know is like a CDM or centre mid from last year. This year she's starting out with a centre back card. Again, actually pretty good stats. 86 defending on this card and an 84 overall. So that was pretty good to get from just a 2-player pack. I'll take it. Now, this formation, I've nabbed this formation. I grabbed the code off my mate again, it was off GCI Messi. I don't know if he grabbed it off someone or made these himself. But essentially, I'm going to try playing like this. 4-3-3 without the ball. Defensive 4-3-3 with a Calvin Phillips hanging in there. And then when you're attacking, it kind of goes to like a 3-4-3. So we should have lots of options rushing forwards when we're with the ball. So that's what I'm going to try, and I don't know if I've got every player in the right place or whatever, but the idea is to just try this out because it's been working really well for a couple of my mates, and I wanted to see if it would work out for me. I've been using the 4-2-2-2, but it's something that I made myself, and I don't know if I'm doing the complete wrong thing. So I'm going to test out something that is a little bit more sort of sturdy and like made by someone who probably understands the game a little bit better than I do. So that's exactly what I've done. And I have to say, I was really impressed with this set of tactics, with this formation and everything. I just had players everywhere. And people like Frimpong and Alphonso Davies were pushing up and down that wing so very well. They are going to get tired. But then, I've also got a decent amount of options up top. Marlon and I think it was Nkunku or Musiala. I was playing one of them. I think I was actually playing Musiala as a centre mid, and then Nkunku as the left wing, Nunes in the middle, and then Marlon on the right wing. And I was finding myself enjoying the game and actually having decent outlets, being able to like smash the ball up to your right wing or to your left wing. It's very useful. Having that outlet is super important if you're getting like pressured. So you can just get rid of the ball and have a moment's peace and then go again. So yeah, that's, I would say, quite an important thing. Now, I thought Openda was offside there, but maybe it was just a perfectly timed run. And yeah, maybe Ake stepped forward or something, and that allowed my opponent to get through and score with Luis Openda. It took me up until the 68th minute to get an equaliser, and I think that was a red time power shot from Nunes, but we know how good they are with him. And then super sub Neymar just dribbling in the box, bangs it with the 5-star weak foot across the goalkeeper, 81st minute, to get me 2-1 up. And then I'm pretty sure we scored. Look at this goal. Look at this for a goal, by the way. Just defended like a little clearance there with Frimpong. Nunes knocked it down. We whipped it out wide. We've whipped it into the box. Darwin's knocked it back to Alphonso Davies. And I'll tell you what, friends, Travellas are back. I think you have to green time them. But if you do green time them, like I've done a couple in this episode, they are absolutely brilliant. They fly into the back of the net. So, yeah, Travellas might well and truly be back. I don't know. I then did like 7,000 or 8,000 coins worth of bronze packs because I thought, why not? You never know if you're going to pack like a manager that's worth something, a little player that's worth something. So I was, just briefly checking. It didn't seem like there were a lot of players that were worth much. But you're hoping to get a manager that's worth like 800-900 coins or more. If you get a French or Brazilian manager, they're worth quite a lot. And then obviously the discardable stuff here is all, it will give you like 200-300 coins per pack. So, and then you're keeping a bunch of players in your club that could be helpful in SBCs for, just in the future. So that's exactly what I was doing. And although I went down in coins, I think it will pay off in the long run. Bronze pack method typically does. And now we're on to RTTK challenge number 2. So that gave me a premium Electrum. Unfortunately, we didn't even get tunnels. We just got Gordon, and she's got 80 pace as a centre-back. I remember, did she get a Tots or something last year? I think so. And then when I get into the pack, I'm just hoping to see like Ipswich players in the non-rare golds or maybe even in the silvers. And unfortunately for me, no, still not happening. We'll get them at some point though, although I've decided I don't really care if they're first owner or not for Evos anymore. After buying Harry Clark and also buying Calvin Phillips and Evo in both of those, I don't really care if they're first owner or not. Obviously, Sammy Smodics is, and all 3 of them are coming into the squad, by the way, for some rivals, because I thought if I'm playing better with this 4-3-3, I can actually use some of the enjoyable players that I like. So I've actually taken out Frimpong, I've taken out Alphonso Davies, I put Grimaldo back in, who scores a free kick and gets me a rage quit in one of these games. And I put Harry Clark in, I put Sammy Smodics in, I put Calvin Phillips in, just to, again, just try and enjoy the game a little bit more. I'm evoing these players for a reason, right? I want them to be usable. And I know Calvin Phillips is very usable that I've got at the moment because I've been enjoying him before. This Harry Clark at right back is actually pretty decent as well. And Sammy Smodics, unfortunately, his card's not amazing, but I do have Neymar to bring on for him, so that's kind of all right. You know, if I just play 45 minutes, try and get a goal or something, it doesn't always happen, and then I can bring Neymar on. Another example of why Trivelas that are green timed are absolutely crazy at the moment. And I was 2-0 up and cruising in this game, and then Chiesa did a little bit of a madness, and unfortunately goalkeeper parried it straight out to Griezmann. But it's Chiesa's pace. I couldn't cope with it. And as you can see there, he ends up getting the equaliser in the 88th minute. I went from 2-0 up and cruising to getting a 2-2 draw. And actually, my opponent had the last chance of the match and nearly scored it. So I nearly lost in like the last 5 minutes after being 2-0 up. Nearly did an Everton, you know. But unfortunately, for my opponent, he didn't quite make that happen. But still, a draw is all right. I was enjoying myself. Sammy Smodics was able to cut inside the defenders against my next opponent. That was up against Van Dijk, by the way. And he does get himself a goal. But just before half-time, Musiala's just going to like wiggle around using that RB button, which is finesse, not finesse shot plus. Tactical dribbling, technical dribbling plus is always quite good if you've got players with really high dribbling. And then Super Sub Neymar comes on in the second half, gets that third goal for me. So it's looking like we're fairly clear in this match, even if I do concede a counter-attack to this player of the month, Thuram, which I did, but we win 3-1 anyway. And that, my friends, is actually going to take me quite close towards Division 4, but it's going to give me the 45 points for the week. I've got my 15 wins, I've got all my points, and I now have Division 5 premium rewards to get on Thursday. Looking forward to that, you know, it could be good. And that brings us, ladies and gentlemen, to the end of the episode today. So I would say the formation changed everything. Really enjoyed that. And then also the squad battles rewards that made me over 50k. That was a big bonus part of the episode. I think that was those two things were like the main part of this episode that really helped me out and will help me progress. Friends, if you've enjoyed today, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. That'd be super sweet of you. And of course, subscribe as well if you're new. Cheers. Follow me on social. All the links are down below. Have a great day. Take it easy. And I'll catch you again tomorrow for the next episode. Peace.